We now want to treat a topic called skip counting. And this topic, many students find it difficult to understand. When we talk of skip count, it means to jump over same number and same interval. To jump over same number and same interval. The key word is same number and same interval. You see, if I give you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we realize 1 was being added to this one to give us what? 2. 1 was being added to 2 to give us what? 3. You see, we have the same what? Interval. This means 1 has been added to each number to give you the next number. That's the meaning of skip counting. We always skip count in forward or in backward. Keywords are skip counting in backwards and skip counting in forward. So always if they say backward, it means subtraction. Forward means addition. So we will subtract using the same interval. And forward means addition. We are adding using the same interval. So take note. Take note of these words. Backwards and what? Forward. Once you understand it, it's very simple. So always for skip counting, we jump over same number and same interval, as I explained here. So you can be asked to skip count in tens forward. Skip count. Skip count in tens forward. And I will give you 0, 10, 20. The key word here is forward. Tens forward. We are going to skip count in tens forward. And once you understand the meaning of forward, it means you are going to what? We are going to what? But it's the same interval. You see, this is in tens. This means 10 was added to this 0 for us to get what? 10. So 10 plus 10 is what? 20. You see, it's the same what? Interval. An interval of 10 is here. Let me use my black marker. An interval of 10 is here. This means 20 plus 10 is what? 30. 30. So we have 30 here. 30 plus 10 is what? 40. Plus 10, 50, because we are skip counting in what? Tens. 60, 70, 80. You can decide to leave it here. So they can limit you to skip count in tens forward to the 6 count. We are still on forward. Forward means addition. Using the same interval. And always for skip counting, you can start from any number. You see now I'm starting from 15. But they are saying skip count in tens. This means 10 should be added to this 15 for us to get the next number. But the 6 count means that always you will get your 6 dashes. You will get 6 dashes. 7th count means you will get 7 numbers apart from this one. So 10 plus 15 is what? 25. 10 plus 25, 35. Plus 10, 45. Plus 10, 55. Plus 10 is 65, and plus 10 is what? 75. So you see, it's 6 count. This is the first count, second count, third count, fourth count, fifth count, and what? 6 count. Now, we are still skip counting in what? Tens forward. So 10 plus 17 is what? 27. Add 10 to this 27, you get what? 37. Plus 10, 47. Plus 10, 57. Plus 10, 67. And plus 10, 77. If they ask you to skip count in tens forward to the seventh count will be what? 87, but I didn't ask you. Now, 25, you add 10. So you take this in mind. Sorry, you keep this in mind. This tens. So 10 plus 25 is 35, plus 10, 45, plus 10, 55, 65, plus 10, 75, plus 10, 85. You see, we are having the same interval. Interval of what? 10. Interval of 10. You can also be asked to skip count. Skip count in hundreds forward. Skip count in hundreds forward. You see now, I didn't give you up to the fourth count, fifth count, or what? Seventh count, or ninth count. They can give you up to the 12th count. So once I give you 8, 8 plus 100, you get what? 108. This means we will be adding what? 100 plus 100, 20 what? 8 plus 100, 308 plus 100, 408. Because they didn't ask us to skip count up to the 6th count, 7th count, 8th count, 10th count, you can decide to leave it at wherever you prefer. But if they ask you to skip count in hundreds forward to the, let me write the question again. Skip count in hundreds forward to the 8th count. And I give you first number as 200. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This means 8 dashes. So what will be the next number? This means 100 should be what? Added. 100 will be added. And they are talking of what? Forward. So this means addition. So 300 plus 100 is what? 400. Plus 100, 500. Plus 100, 600. Plus 100, 700. Plus 100, 800. Plus 100, 900. And plus 100 is what? 1000. Let's count our numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's up to the 8th what? Count. We are having an interval of what? 100. That's why they said skip count in hundreds forward. Counting in backward means subtraction using the same interval. So you can be asked to skip count in tens backward. And I will give you maybe 80. So we are skip counting this in tens. This means you subtract 80 minus 10 is what? 70. Minus 10, 60. Minus 10 is what? 50. Minus 10, 40. Minus 10, 30. Minus 10, 20. Minus 10, 10. And minus 10 is what? 0. Always take note that skip counting in backwards, once you are subtracting using the same interval, you will reach a point in which you get what? 0. But always, it's not necessary that you will end at what? 0. Unless they ask you to skip count up to a number of count in which it will reach 0. Once it doesn't reach 0, there is no need. You can decide to bring the 0 or stop. So I have skip count in tens backwards. I can be given 93. So 93 minus 10, these two, we are skip counting in what? Tens. Tens, take note. Backwards. Backwards. So 93 minus 10 is what? We're having 83. So 83 minus 10, 73. Minus 10, 63. Minus 10, 53. Minus 10, 43. Once they didn't ask you to skip count up to a number of counts, you can decide to leave it at this point. No one will penalize you for that. So always, for skip counting, as I said, we can start from any number. But the keywords are forward and backward. When we talk of backward, it means we are subtracting using the same interval. But forward means addition. Addition using same interval. So if you are asked to skip count in hundreds backward to the fourth count. To the fourth count. This is what you do. They can give you a number like maybe 800. So fourth count, this means 4 dashes, 2, 3, 4. So skip count in hundreds backward. The keyword is hundreds backward. And take note of the type of count if you are being asked. So hundreds backward, this means we are subtracting 100. Once they say 50s backward, this means you subtract 50. The same interval, but now they say hundreds backward. So 800 minus 100, we all know is what? 700. 700 minus 100 is what? 600. This means the next number is what? 500. 500 minus 100 is what? 400. So you see it's the same interval, but this time we are subtracting. Backwards means we subtract, but the same interval, and forward means we add using the same interval. So we will count 1, 2, 3, 4. This is up to the fourth count. Let us take these questions. Skip count each of the following numbers backward in tens up to the seventh count. So backwards, we subtract 10 from this. Keyword is tens. Backward and up to the seventh count. So 83 minus 10 is what? 73. Minus 10, 63. Minus 10, 53. Minus 10, 43. Here becomes 33. 33 minus 10 is 23. Minus 10 is what? 13. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's up to the seventh count. Now, this one too in tens. So you subtract 90. Once you add, it becomes forward. You have skipped count in what? Forward. But now they are saying what? Backward. Students normally interchange them, so take note of these keywords. Skip counting in backwards and also skip counting in what? Forward. So now backward we are subtracting. Then 10 minus what? 10 is what? 80. 80 minus 10, 70. 70 minus 10, 60. 60 minus 10 is 50. 50 minus 10, 40. 40 minus 10 is 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Once you add next number to it, you will be marked wrong for the next number because they have asked you to skip count backwards in tens to the seventh count. Skip count each of the following numbers backward in 50s up to the fifth count. The keyword is backwards, 50s, and fifth count. This means 5 dashes. So, sorry, this portion was not 50, but it's what? 5. This means we are going to subtract an interval of 5. 50 minus 5 is what? 45. 45 minus 5, we are getting 40. 40 minus 5 is 35. 35 minus 5 is 30. And 30 minus 5 is what? 25. So interval of 5, but this time we are subtracting. 20. 20 minus 5 is what? 15. 15 minus 5 is what? 10. 10 minus 5 is what? 5. And 5 minus 5 is what? 0. But 0 minus 5, we are getting what? Negative what? 5. 0 minus 5, we are getting negative 5. We are still getting same what? Interval. You see, even though I said it ends at 0, but they are saying up to the fifth count. And once we are subtracting 5, you see 20 minus 5 is 15. 15 minus 5, 10. 10 minus 5 is what? 5. 5 minus 5, we are getting 0. And 0 minus 5 is what? Negative what? 5. Still is difference of what? 5. And negative 5 minus 5, you see you get negative what? 10. It's the same what? Interval. It's the same interval because I have subtracted what? 5. Let me also prove it this way. 15 plus 5 is what? 20. 10 plus 5, 15. 5 plus 5, 10. 0 plus 5, 5. And negative 5 plus 5, you are getting what? This 0. But always, students, take notes. For the lower primary, always, they will make sure it will end at this one, 0. I just used my mind in setting the questions. That's why. Other than that, I won't have brought this. So don't let it confuse you. Always for your level, they will give it up to what? 0. Up to 0. You won't meet something like this. I have some 2 questions for my students. And students, you can try your hands on it. And any question you find it to, you can also try your hands on it. Please, if you want us to have any discussion on topic for lower primary, JHS and SHS I mean commerce, my number is 0542 092872, or you can also see me on Facebook. The channel's name is Learn Maths with Castro. You can join this group page. Thank you and have a nice day.